Alright guys, here it is. My first literary rant. What? I'm not gonna go crazy or anything, but this is something that I've been noticing a lot lately. I've been reading a lot of young adult literature especially, but I think this is kind of something that I find in a lot of different kinds of literature. And something I've been noticing keeps popping up every so often is this rude guy. This is something that I found in all kinds of literature. I'm not gonna point fingers at genre or age or anything like that. I think it's something that's pretty universal, unfortunately. First, I'm gonna describe to you kind of what the rude guy is. Number one, the rude guy is gorgeous. This is kind of Jesus incarnate, okay? He's beautiful, he's got flippy hair, beautiful eyes, usually pretty buff, maybe he's lean and tall, kind of depending on what the author thinks is gorgeous. Just think the hottest actor in the entire world, somebody who you would give everything to marry. This is the person who you can't find a single flaw in them. This is the rude guy. Number two, he knows how gorgeous he is. Okay, he points it out a lot. He flirts with all different kinds of girls. He mentions it in conversations with people all the time. He acts like he knows it all. He thinks he knows it all. If you didn't know how gorgeous he was, like if you were blind or something, you would know just by having a conversation with him. He also a lot of times puts down other people because, you know, you can when you're that gorgeous, right? Number three, other guys in the book hate him. Yeah, he has like no guy friends, maybe one or two, but for the most part they all can't stand him. Probably because of numbers 1 and 2, I'm guessing. Every girl in the book, yeah, they're cool with him because, you know, he's beautiful, but guys don't like him so much. Number 4, he wins. Now I'm not talking about every single, you know, little battle or objective that he has throughout the book, but at the end, the overall objective that he has, maybe it's winning the girl, maybe it's fighting some battle with an arch enemy, maybe both of those, he wins. He's the good guy, he's the one you're rooting for, and you're usually satisfied at the end because he gets what he wants. Number 5, this is the one that I have some trouble with, okay? He changes. Maybe I should put that in quotes. He changes. At the beginning, he's a jerk. You're supposed to hate him but love him still. And it's like this tug of war. If there's a female protagonist, she's put through the same thing, but readers are put through this tug of war. You love him, but you hate him, you shouldn't love him, but at the end, he sort of smooths out the rough edges. So now it's okay. It's okay to the person that you fell in love with at the beginning. Yes, he was a jerk, you shouldn't have done that, but it's okay now because he's different. The rude guy is no longer rude. This one scares me a little bit because how many times have you personally been in a real life situation when this happens? Yeah, it's not very realistic. How often do they actually change? And then when you look at literature, by the end, the rude guy is almost undoubtedly different. Of course, he's still the same level person, but that one thing that should be a deal breaker, it's fixed now. Yet, for the first 3/4 of the book, or 7/8 of the book, the author's doing their best to make you fall in love with this person that you shouldn't fall in love with. And usually you do, otherwise you wouldn't make it to the end of the book. Now, I know that every novel has to feature some character progression. An author's job is to give readers a flawed person that is still lovable, and then by the end make them a better person. That's the job. That's what books, you know, typically do for the most part. But this concept in particular, it's difficult for me to be okay with because it reinforces so many things that I think are actually kind of scary. Of course, I'm not trying to say that girls like bad boys in real life because of literature. It's all the book's fault. But if we're constantly having these types of people presented to us and we're expected to like them, it's kind of hard not to actually like them, even though we shouldn't. And knowing we shouldn't is not usually enough incentive to actually stop doing it. I know this is also reversible, so, you know, I know plenty of rude girls too. But in literature, I find it's a lot more common with the rude guy. Whether or not you like the rude guy in literature, or whether you think it's dangerous, or whether you just think I'm overthinking this, everybody has their own opinions. I would love to hear yours. I think discussions are probably the best thing in the world. If you don't discuss things, you're never aware of things, and maybe you've read so many books that have rude guys and you never really thought about that, and maybe I have made you aware of something that you weren't really thinking about before. That would be lovely. I would love that. Or maybe you feel exactly like I do and you have spent years thinking this, and listening to me talk about this has reinforced that, confirmed what you thought. Maybe you thought you were crazy seeing it, and now you know you're not, or we are together, maybe. That's actually probably more likely. So there was my first literary rant. I would love to hear from you and hear you guys' opinions on this. Subscribe to my channel if you liked this video, and if you'd like to see some more, let me know too. I have all kinds of thoughts about literature that I would just love to share with the internet, so let me know if you want to hear more. Also, check out my last video here, and I'm gonna have some more reviews, some more funnies, some more of just everything coming pretty soon. Also, I recently got a Twitter, so don't forget to follow me. It's @booksandbrew, just like my YouTube username. And before I forget, also, do you like my hair? Yes, I did dye it, and this is new lipstick, so let me know what you think of this, because I would love to know if I should keep this on or if it's freaking you out.